What's up, everybody, and welcome to the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. My name is Josh Burnett, and I'm super excited to be here in the Celebrate Columbus studio with another bearded man, and by the way, so much better than mine. I'm here with Ryan Furr, and I'm really excited to introduce you all to him. He's a very talented guy who lives in Columbus, and thank you for being on the show today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me and my beard.
Yes, it is an accessory. You're right. So Ryan, for those who might not know about you and who you are and what you do, tell us a little bit about you.
I'm originally from Rockville, Indiana, which most people don't know about. A very small town close to Terre Haute. And I've been in Columbus for about 13 years now. Moved here with my wife, Carrie, and we now have 4 little boys.
Wow.
Running around keeping us busy. I do graphic design.
Awesome. Well, the first time that I met you was actually at your church, your home church, Terrace Lake, and you were slaying on the guitar, you were playing the drums, you were singing, you were doing everything. How did you get into music, and what do you love so much about it?
Oh man, well, I got into it, from a young age. My mom gave piano lessons. My mom and dad both led worship in church at one time or another, so I was kind of always in it. And picked up guitar with a friend at about 15 or so, and we started into the band, the garage band, playing Nirvana and Soundgarden and Metallica and all that kind of stuff. Ever since then I've been in bands and stuff like that. Just love music, and kind of moved me into leading worship, which is really a totally different thing from being in a band in a lot of aspects, but it's been just super cool, all the things I've been able to be involved in with music. So
that's awesome, and I know that you play at a lot of different places. One of your passions and interests, you talked about graphic design, but you're also into pedals for guitars. Talk a little bit about your company where you create pedals, and for those who might not know about it, why is it such a great thing for pedals?
Yeah, so a good friend of mine, Steve, and I own a company called Rockstock Pedals, and we do effects pedals for guitar. If you're not a guitar player, you probably don't know what that is, but they make the guitar sound different. Yeah. I guess is an easy way to say it.
Yeah.
Those little boxes on the floor you step on. We started doing those a few years ago, and our big claim to fame, if you will, has been a pedal called the Bright Switch.
Yeah.
It's actually a foot switchable lamp and a charger for your phone that you can use on your pedal board, or to power a keyboard and charge your phone and charge an iPad and all that kind of stuff. So that's been really cool. We've gotten that into a lot of places, and I don't know, it's just another way to stay kind of in the music industry, even though I'm not in a band that's touring around or anything like that. We still get to go meet artists, which is always the fun part of that.
And several
industry.
Famous people use your stuff. Who are some of the people that use
it? They
do.
So a lot of guys in the Christian industry. James Duke is a guitar player who's played for Matt Redman and John Mark McMillan, and actually has been playing for a group called Johnny Swim on tour now. Guys like Mercy Me and Colton Dixon. We started to pick up a lot of other artists too. Some guys from the Dixie Chicks and Alice Cooper and System of a Down, some other country artists. Yeah, it's kind of
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Well, so if somebody was into that and they'd like to know more or purchase those, where's the best place for them to get those?
Right now, rockstockpedals.com.
Awesome.
The Bright Switch that I talked about is also in Guitar Center, Musician's Friend, on Amazon, all that. So if you're looking for it, you should be able to find it.
Sweet. Well, in addition to your work with Rockstock Pedals, you're also, we've been able to work together on a couple different projects. You actually redesigned and created from scratch our website at Jab Media Group. For those of you who are watching, Jab Media Group is actually the company behind the Celebrate Columbus show, and we were wanting to work on a website to really tell our story in an awesome way. And immediately I thought about you. And so talk a little bit about, your experience with graphic design and websites, and why it's so important for people to keep those up to date and looking good.
Yeah, so I guess being in music is what got me into design too. I like a lot of creative things, so it was kind of natural, but being in my band early on, we needed a website, we needed t-shirt designs, different stuff like that. So that's kind of what got me into it initially. And I did a little bit of it when I was at IU in Bloomington. And it's just kind of progressed from there into, I was the worship leader at Terrace Lake Church for about 8 years, and the creative arts director, which involved kind of everything from the website to the mobile app, the look of the spaces in the church, kind of anything and everything that needed to be done.
And videos, right?
Yeah,
and
videos.
graphic design.
Yep.
Why do you think it's so important today for businesses, nonprofits, people to invest in those things?
I mean, I think anymore, as far as consumers, if you want to call them that, or maybe donors for your nonprofit, it's really hard to get people involved to purchase a product, to support a cause without really feeling an emotional connection to it. So obviously through video and things like that, you can convey kind of the story behind your brand, and the website is a perfect place to do that. And of course, to keep it updated, I know there are lots of people floating around with websites from 15 years ago, and but the big thing now, especially as is mobile sites.
Yep.
And how different that is, and how many people are viewing your website from their phone or an iPad rather than a typical desktop computer, and just how different that is. And there are huge benefits to tailoring the experience to those devices as well.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Ryan. I think he's just done an awesome job on our website, and he's done several websites, and we actually, exclusively work with Ryan when it comes to creating websites for our clients, and really excited to be able to partner with him in that way. If you want to check out our website and his work, which when you look at a website, you have to understand everyone has a different goal, and one of our goals was to really visually show how relevant and how technology driven we are as a company. And so I think Ryan did an awesome job. You can find that at www.jabmediagroup.com. And Ryan, if people wanted to know a little bit more about your work, where's somewhere where people can find out about that?
RyanFurr.com. Right now, if you go to it, it'll go straight to my Facebook page, because when you have a business like this, you do websites for everybody else and not for yourself.
I understand completely.
But it's coming soon, but there's definitely information on there. So,
well, speaking of coming soon, what are some exciting things that are coming up for you?
Oh man, so I do have a few websites in the works, and I mean, I'm always excited about those, just to be able to kind of build the image around whatever business or organization it may be. And, as you say a lot, trying to tell that story and convey that to people. So I'm excited to start working on those.
Well, outside of websites and graphic design, what else are you doing?
I've been working on a few things. There's one that's pretty cool, and I don't know if I can really tell you about it, but here, let me just show you.
Whoa! How did you do that?
I've been working on a little bit of animation too.
Man, this is crazy. But I bet a lot of people, businesses or other people could benefit from something like this. This is freaking me out though, man. Can you change us back to real life?
Yeah, let's go back.
Whew. That was crazy.
I've just been messing around with some animation software and everything, and there's some pretty cool stuff it can do now with facial mapping and recognizing your voice and everything like that. So it's also a pretty cool way that you can create sort of a mascot for your business or an animated spokesperson kind of thing. So it's a pretty cool new tool.
It's definitely an attention grabber. I mean, obviously it's one thing to see people talking, but to take it to that cartoon level, it's like, whoa, it's kind of got that wow factor.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show and just being able to work on things like this, but also, websites and graphic design. Before we go, we like to ask a question we ask each of our guests. As a community, as a Celebrate Columbus community, how can we support you and your goals this year?
I mean, I think I've found that the biggest thing as a freelancer, if you want to use that term, I've found is just word of mouth and being connected to people. So certainly, sharing this video, liking my page, that kind of stuff really does go a long way.
That's awesome. And I think that Columbus has a real heart for small businesses, and knowing, that you're in now as a small business owner, I mean, I think it's a great way to get people connected to you. So Columbus, if you're looking for someone that does great video work, websites, graphic design, we love to work with Ryan, and we would recommend him fully. So make sure to get a hold of him. Why don't you go ahead and put your contact information right here. Thank you, Ryan. And if you need any help in that way, I know Ryan will do a great job, and just thank you for coming on the show today.
Thanks.
Awesome. Well, Columbus, thank you for watching this special edition of the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. I want to ask a question of the day. Would you like to see more animated Celebrate Columbus shows? Go ahead and answer that in the comments, and depending on what you say, we might be able to do that. I appreciate you guys watching this episode, and we'll see you next time.